the sun is trying to come out today. The ground is sopping wet. It rained last night. You can probably hear my friend in the background. We're up, and we were up at 7 o'clock this morning, had our coffee and cereal already. But just wanted to show that it's really pretty. It's been cloudy out here since we left. This is the first sign of sun. It's still partly cloudy, but this is the first sign of sun I've seen. And it's just pretty with one tree highlighted in all the darkness. I just think it looks neat. I am loving this solar panel. This thing, there's no light yet on the meadow here. And it's early morning, and this thing is charging my batteries. I love this thing. This is great. This thing brings in light at all hours. So I'm really impressed with that Kyocera. So these are special in that I can remove the battery, and I can also use these as lights at night inside my shelter, and I can also charge standard AA batteries. This is basically a battery charger. This is a solar battery charger right there.
So you mean you can pull that out? You can leave the base in and just pull it out and use it in your truck?
Exactly. You can take just this and set it like this, and you have a light, which I'll demonstrate this evening if you'd like. You have a light for your...
Oh, that is cool.
Yes. You have a light, a grid down emergency light for indoors. And during the day, you take it back outside and you stick it up in the sun again. At night, when you need light, you bring it back into the house. Nobody needs more than 8 hours of light at night in the house.
Oh, we gotta try this tonight.
You can use this for backpacking, tenting, off-grid situations, power-out situations. Yes, we will do this. Now, what's spectacular about these lights, this particular type of light, every time I go to a shop and I find lights on discount like this, I open it up and I look to see if it's got a battery tray. If it's got a removable battery tray, I buy them. If they're on discount, I buy it. Why? Because I can pop in any AA battery in here, and I have a already pre-made solar battery charger. It's done. It's right there.
But this is a charger.
It's a solar battery charger, and I can charge any AA in this.
Can you use a Duracell battery?
No, rechargeables.
It has to be rechargeable.
I can recharge any rechargeable battery in this, and that's why I bought these.
I have a question. If you pull this, remove it from the main base, what happens if you kind of put a little hole right through it and run a string through it? And
yes, you could. It would be pretty cool. It would be nice looking. It would look good. So there is a very good survival tip for power outages and grid down situations. And I paid, I think, $1.99 for these on sale each. $1.99 for a battery charger. You can't beat it. And I have 3. Why? Because most of your flashlights these days use 3 batteries. Lunch today being cooked here on the SilverFire Hunter stove is rice, which is almost done. Let that simmer a little bit longer. And I'm going to serve that with a Indian dish. Kashmiri Rajma. I can't say that stuff. But I got this nice Indian dish that we'll be serving with rice, and this is amazing. I'm really loving this thing because I take just a handful of twigs and I prepare a meal. I honestly think this is going to be my main stove from now on at home as well, because it's just so efficient and it's fast, and why should I pay for propane when I've got this thing and I've got plenty of twigs laying around? And I'm going to be doing some experiments with various types of fuel in this later as well. But yeah, lunch is almost ready. I've been using this thing about 5-6 times every day now since I've been out here. Coffee in the morning, coffee in the afternoon, breakfast, lunch and dinner, and it's pretty nice. Rice is just about ready. And I've noticed you can control the temperature up top a little bit by adjusting the bottom valve. Now, I've had to rig up because I left my stainless or my cast iron cookware at home. I've taken a stainless steel plate that I had, my camping plate fortunately, put it upside down, and that's a perfect base to cook on because this pot was too small to fit on the rim here. This works perfect. But the cast iron is going to be much better. But just so you know, for anybody out there who's interested in this, whatever you're cooking with should sit on this rim and not down inside, because it has to, the exhaust gas has to flow to the chimney pipe and out. Well, lunch is ready. Look at that. Homemade concoction. Looks good. That's a perfect camp meal. I use the frying pan for a lid because this is all just salvaged pots and pans that I've saved up, and you can use what you got. Well, I don't care what anybody says, sitting down and doing dishes is good. Where do I put my soap? A little shot of soap, a little bit more water. Nope, this is comfortable and this is good. If this is the way I had to spend the rest of my life, this will be alright. This is good by me. And it's also because of the small amount of water coming out, this is very sparing. Very, very sparing. Is your bowl done? I'll do that later. Well, good thing for grid down scenario and bug out training. I had a terrible mess today. We took the truck out, and because I didn't have all the stuff in travel mode, I thought it'd be alright. The bed moved all the way across the other side of the truck. The stuff where I had the batteries held in came undone. All the boards and things I had, I didn't have it secured well, because when I figured when I was driving the truck I would have everything jammed in here and it would be full and the bed wouldn't move. Well, I goofed, and the wires ripped out of the battery here. The main wire coming to my terminal box up here ripped out. The wires ripped out of my light connections up here, and I had to undo everything, and I'm rebuilding everything. And then sadly I fried my little inverter. This was always my portable inverter. It is no more. Because of all the chaos and wires and stuff, when I hooked this up, it snapped. There was a flame shot out of the side of it, and it's done. I'm very, very upset. This was a good Sears Die-Hard inverter, and it is no more. So it is, you know, this is a training project, a training experience, and it's good to have your tools. I'm happy I did bring extra, and I brought zip ties and extra wire, and I was able to repair this. The meter is all good and happy. I did bring an extra inverter as well. I have a bunch of mobile inverters, so I'm able to charge my camera battery. I have extra fuses. I brought everything I need. So you know, it's a good learning experience. Accidents can happen, things can go wrong, and you should be prepared. I've also learned on this trip that for bugging out, I have plenty of food. We actually have enough food to live for a couple weeks. Just the two of us out here could live for a couple weeks on the food that I have, and if I supplemented it with wild edibles out here, which you can find wild edibles. There's nuts, and I found some apples down the road a ways, and there's nuts everywhere, and you can eat the pine bark as I showed it a couple weeks back. You could survive for an extended period out here. Really could. But there were some things that I found that I'm missing. I can't think of what it was at this very moment, but I'll go over a list later on. I'll do a recap of the trip later on, and cover things that were messed up. By the way, now's a good chance to see my bed. I've got a dollar store tarp that has been with me for years, and the tarp looks brand new to this day, and I've had it for 7 years. I've had it. Goes camping with me all the time. I lay it down first, then I put my inflatable air mattress, and then my sleeping bag, and then whatever, and then I put my shelter when I'm sleeping under the stars. That's how that works. But everything looks like it's brand new the day I got it, because if you care for your gear and keep it clean, it's gonna last you. So just to show you, you know, I'm sleeping in pretty good comfort in here. And yeah, I'm learning a lot. This bug out scenario had multiple purposes, and one of the reasons is to learn from my mistakes, to make mistakes. And oh, the food, losing some of my food to moths, very important. You've got to go through your stuff and keep it rotated, or you will suffer. So this is a good experience, very good. Something you'll find to be a fact in a survival situation is people will fall into certain activities and certain positions. Everybody has to play a role in the community. And in this case, my friend over there, Eric, is trimming down the bark off some of his logs. Meanwhile, I'm over here taking care of camp, watching over the electronics and repairs, taking care of the cast iron, just generally maintaining and watching over everything, preparing the food, preparing the drinks, cleaning up the area. And anyway, everybody has a task. In a minute I'm going to be helping over here with the building the foundation. We did go and buy wood, and we will be building the foundation over here. Actually, as soon as I set down the camera, I will be doing so. But it's important to know, see, I've got the whole camp here. That's all mine. All this is my task. Now some people might not think there's anything to do in camp, but I'll tell you what, I've been busy the whole time, continuously. I'm the dishwasher, the cook, the preparing the drinks, foraging for edibles, tending the fires, basically camp. I'm running the camp. And Eric, I guess what you would call the hunter-gatherer in this case. He's out gathering wood, and he's outside the camp. But community, it's all about community. And as long as everybody plays a role and everybody is independent and self-sufficient, then you have a good community. So I just wanted to point that out. I think that's very important for survival situation. By the way, our shelter performed very well last night. It rained hard, and the trees are quite dense up here. Hardly any water at all got down even through the trees onto the truck, and not a drop of anything came down in our camp area, although the ground everywhere else was still quite soaked. So good shelter is valuable. Simple, the trees hold it up, a couple poles, couple ropes, and we have a dry area to live in. So we ended up getting smaller boards. We were able to pick them up ourselves. So we are able to start this construction with the actual 2x8s, and then we'll do the log cabin walls. We've got some logs down. There's two over there. Here's one he's skinning. Got a piece here. So we're going to have a good start in this going on when we're done here. I'm going to put together the last piece of framing. This is going to be a 10x10 cabin now instead of a 20x20 because of cost of materials and labor chopping wood, right? Well, here's a good reason why a visual leveling is useless. This looks off, but that's because the ground is so off. This is spot on level all the way around. I don't know if it shows on camera. It looks horrid to the eye right now. It looks so off, but
unless we get
we have leveled this. I can't believe, because it looks like it's sloping upward this way in a horrible, doesn't it? It looks like it's really sloping up, but the level is telling us that this is level, precise all the way around. It's weird how that's visually way off. That looks so off visually, but that's level. So now we've got this gaping hole to fill. So we went out in the forest where you have the advantage here of having these massive flat rocks, and what we're going to do is put a flat rock and then cut a log that my friend here is knocking down that fits precisely that high. We're going to cut a log to fit that length with a good old manpower hand saw, and we're going to wrap up this foundation right, having a rock in the corners and a log underneath or up on top of it, just like that. That rock is going to stay right there, and then there will be a log coming from there to there, and that's the foundation. I think that's my max depth. Yeah. There's just a thin skin on there.
Do you need a razor? Oh wow, that's what it's treated.
Alright, let's drop this into place and screw it on. Alright, want to grab that? Grab that board. Yeah, it's going to be high. Just a minute. Okay. Down. Gotta be flush with this. Right down, tiny bit. Right, tiny bit up. Nope, stop. Center.
No, wait. No.
Stop. Wait, okay. Straighten it. Does it look good?
Yeah, looks okay.
Alright. Alright, let's put that in place. Oh, you need a hand?
Let's get it on
A little bit longer now, huh?
Yep.
This is looking good. It's looking like a floor now.
Oh, yeah. Looks like a floor.
Yep, it looks like a floor now.
You see, I mean, one person can't do this.
No,
you know?
there's no way. There's no,
it's
not this
impossible.
well. There's no way.
You know, it's like, it's all the American dream. You know, folks get together, help one another.
It's community. I hear
It's
a lot.
community,
It's community.
exactly.
All right, are you good on that side roughly? Come down. Stop. Don't move. All right, I'll get the other side. Get square for me. I'm going to use all the screws, and I'm going to have 5 in each hole because we have enough screws.
It's alright, so we don't need for me to buy more.
No, not for this. Not for this. This is going to be enough. The floor is going to be good.
What about with these nails? What are we doing?
Take the nails back because you're not going to use them.
Did you use any?
I did not.
We may need it in the future, or no?
The nails you are not going to need.
Well, all right.
The nails and those metal pieces you do not need.
That's just, I would say, about $20 back to my pocket.
Yep, that's all good.
And actually, I don't need this too. I can send it back. Was there a ticket on it? Yeah, right. Was there a piece of? There was actually straps.
Well, it was a lot more work than we thought trying to get this level. That was a bugger. But look at this. We've got ourselves a floor. And it still looks horrible at this angle, but if you look at it straight on, it's straight. It's level. We still got some work to do leveling this off and making it secure. But we got it level. I mean, it's level. We just have to make sure that's more secure. And but it's good. We have a good level here, and it looks really good. We have the beginnings of a very fine cottage. Well, we just set a log up just to see what it'll look like. We had originally cut for 20 foot, but we set it up there just for looks, get an idea.
Yeah, I know.
That's the beginning of the log cabin. The beginnings. We need to get some real Pioneer tools out here if we're going to do this properly, because this is insane with hand saws and a single axe and no skinning tools and no proper auger or anything. But it started. Over here we've got cornbread muffins cooking in a cast iron pan, and over here, over on the SilverFire, we've got a nice goulash going on. This is a nice goulash of, we got macaroni, tomato sauce, and a squash out of my garden. And that's just about going to be done pretty soon here. There you go. Well, I've got my solar path lights out that I mentioned earlier, using them here at the table. And they're actually sort of pretty. I don't know if it shows up well on the camera, but they're quite pretty. Just wanted to see how well it lights up the table. We can see well. That's very nice. Dinner is served. We've managed to cook up some coffee. This was a trick because I had to cook the squash first, put it aside, then cook the spaghetti, or the noodles, then combine it and put in the sauce. That turned out well. And we got some corn muffins coming up soon. Just want to show this before I serve them. I had to flip them over actually because I don't have a cover for the pan, but there they are. They didn't rise well. I think my muffin mix was actually a little outdated. because it didn't rise very well. But we've got corn muffins, and from an antique pan. Pretty good. Well, the bug out from the bug out station. This is where our camp was. The only sign of it is a little bit of leaves missing. Everything's gone. We've packed up. We had our dinner and we had to rush and hurry up and go. Sadly, civilization calls and we have to return back in a hurry and cut our vacation, well, our bug out situation, training, work, whatever, short. So everything's in the truck. I think we packed in less than an hour. Everything. We broke camp, had the truck packed, everything put back exactly where it was in the truck. Everything done in less than an hour. And now we're going to hit the road again. Good training, because if you get overrun and you have to leave again, the amount of gear we had out here, we packed and we're on the road in an hour.